I'm going crazy. 무뎌져.
One point of view. People normally call me a fool, yes, a fool just because I accept and tell them that love exists. Well, I don't tell them normally, but I scream my life out while saying that love does exist, just like Romeo and Juliet love story. You all only complain that they don't end up together, so what? They will meet in another world which is hidden from your sight, a world called heaven. And after saying that this is a sad story, you all ignore those love moments of them. Don't you think, being a literature student, you can't win from me on this topic? Other point of view, you walk inside your college with a normal girl's bag hanging on your back, and you're wearing a large-size t-shirt on denim pants and an oversized denim jacket with a locket in your neck and simple earrings dangling on your ear with earrings in your fingers. One is your friend's gift from high school, but now she went to the US for further studies, and the second one is your casual one, and the third one I will tell you later. Hey Ryan, someone yelled your name in the corridor. You turned back while chewing your gum to see one of your juniors breathing heavily. What guy? You folded your arms and stopped there. Sia, your eyebrows frowned, hearing her name. She is your batchmate, but that she doesn't know how to behave. Yeah, I know she is pretty and rich too, but if you have a crush on her, forget, you know me, because I will not help you with it. You said showing your hands to him, but he shook his head. I know, she was talking about the Professor John. Your mouth stopped chewing and you focused on what he was saying. She said he's her next target, a new crush, and she's gonna make him fall for her. What unholy cow. The audacity she had. You pulled your sleeves up, glaring at Sia's imaginary person. Now what will you do? He asked in curiosity. You showed him your evil smile and winked at him. Well, I'll do what I always do, spread positivity with love. He again made a confusing expression and he spanked his head. Fit something in that empty after box of yours called brain. You went from there not to take revenge, just simply to attend your class. Sitting on your seat, you were reading a book, not a study related, but a novel, in which male lead was saying some pickup lines to the female lead to impress her, and few of them were funny and wild that you want to use them. Just then the classroom door was knocked, and the professor entered. Your literature professor stood just beside his desk and glanced at all of the students in class, and his eyes stopped at your figure. You continuously blinked your eyes and then winked at him. He coughed and opened his book. Mr. June, you made an annoyed face hearing her voice. Yes, Miss Sia. Yesterday you gave us an assignment, so I just want to remind you about that. You rolled your eyes with a few other students who didn't do the assignment. Yeah, I do remember it, but thanks you may sit back. Sia nodded and said, as she is the most brilliant student in the classroom. You scoffed at her from far. I swear, if I met you outside, I'll break the sharp jaw of your Sia. You spoke, gritting your teeth. Then John will start to teach you all. So any question related to this topic, and if you have the grammar issues, you can ask. As he said that, you raised your hand for the question, which is not a normal thing. Students looked at you like, wow, is everything okay today? The YN is asking a question about study today. Yes, Miss YN, you stood up and said, Professor, it's a grammar question, you may ask. I think the alphabets are wrong. You and I should be together, isn't it? What? All students laughed at your question and Chung stopped himself from face palming. Oh, and would you help me with the spelling? Now what's that? Oh, for some reason I just can't spell us without you. Pouted, showing your innocent look while students again laughed. Miss Ryan, that's not how. Before he said more, the bell rang, indicating that class is over. Chung said, you all may leave. Students started to get up and pack their stuff while going out of the classroom. Suddenly light went off every class and corridors too, making all dark, and you took the chance. I'm Mr. Jeon. You tried to run to Mr. Jeon in the dark, but you pushed her. You ran towards the desk where he was standing, and gripping his tie you placed your lips or his, making him widen his eyes. It was dark until 3 minutes, so you succeeded in taking him in. He gripped your waist until he said, devouring your lips. You breathed heavily, speaking, let's stop here, the lights will turn on soon. You backed off and the light was back. You saw Sia was on the floor rubbing her knees and chuckled. You received a message from Kai with a thumbs up. The shutting light was the plan of Sia, but you failed it. See you later. You left the classroom, leaving the poor man with his dumbfounded mind. What the heck just happened? Shaking his head, he left the classroom too. Yo bro, you rock. I know, right? He flipped his imaginary long hair. I heard you threw some pickup lines on him during class. He laughed and said while you chuckled, yeah, I had fun and thankfully I was safe because of the bell. You both were talking but suddenly you both stopped. Wine, right? No, Ronaldo, that's my name. Cap burst out, but he closed his mouth. She rolled her beautiful but bitchy eyes with fake blue lenses. Today what you did during class, that shouldn't happen again. What? Can't you hear? Are you deaf? One of our friends spoke. I don't waste my hearing power on shit. What did you say? Look, your friend have hearing problem too. First you should take her to doctor. Don't worry about missus. Students standing around you laughed at the drama going on. The audacity you have to speak like that. So how can she speak goo goo gaga like babies? She is a grown-ass girl. He spoke, defending you. Sal looked at Kat and scoffed. You're our junior right now. If Wayne can't make friends in her own patch, then she went to her juniors. Wow, so lame. What's the problem in making junior your friends? The problem here is you. Just look at you. Do you even look like a girl who will even like you? Like this. You get her to your dressing. And that so-called funny personality you carry is a whole cringe. No doubt why your parents left you in orphanage. Your fist clenched and bam. Shit. When you punched her. Sia was now on the floor, grabbing her jaw and tears dropping from her eyes. Well, that's what I am, and people around me like me. For what really I am, not of behaving like shit and trying to a professor by shutting in the lights down, please, Sia. Our student guessed, hearing it. So the lights shut down was a plan of Sia to get close to Mr. Jones? Wow, all students tried to talk about it. Don't mingle with me again. Saying this, he left from there with Kat, following you with word expressions. Now you and Kat both were standing in Jung's office with his arm crossed and standing beside his desk. John Ryan, why can't you behave? You pouted looking at him and then looked down. I'm sorry, you spoke in whisper and he scoffed. Ryan, your routine childish activities were enough to not make a fuss, but you almost broke her jaw. So what? She was talking shit and you are the one who taught me boxing. He shook his head at you being again childish. And you? Can't you stop her? He asked from Kat, or should I say his younger brother? Your wife is a deja vu. Literally, even you can't stop her when she is angry. So how me? He also acted innocent. I came with you too. Now go to your classes and inform me if the vice chancellor calls you. Kat left, nodding, but he stood there. He raised his eyebrow at you. Did you like those pickup lines of mine? He asked with a teasing smirk. He controlled his smile, turning around, focused on study, but his arm was grabbed by you, turning him around. You saw he was smiling. Yeah, instead of saying anything, you hugged him, sighing. He hugged you back, closing his eyes to relax, as he wasn't angry at you just now. Hugged with your loved ones always make you feel good and relaxed. My parents didn't leave me in an orphanage, not because my personality is a bit different, but because they knew that they will leave this world soon. Breaking the hug, you backed off. But God changed my destiny, and that Mr. John adopted me, but then our damas fell for each other. He laughed, nodding. You know, you're like a dictionary because you add too much meaning to my life. Here we go again. I bet you my dad's allowance that I can without touching your lips. Now that's impossible. Then let me show you. Not again. Ryan, this is college. You laughed and pretended to jump on him, but he didn't back off, so you caught his shoulder, standing. Oh, you didn't move. You wanted me to and put all the blame on me. He looked away, knowing he got caught. You punched his stomach. Ouch. It wasn't that hard. Stop your overacting, Professor. Laughing, you were about to leave his office, but a knock stopped you. Yes, come in. The door opened, and it was a student from council team. Professor Jones, Vice Chancellor, has called Miss Ryan and you to the council room with others. Okay, we'll be there soon. That student left, so Jung and you too. Ryan, don't play fool there. Be serious, okay? He advised, even after knowing that you are going to do what you want to do. Sitting in council room, the vice chancellor was sitting on main seat and two professors of the council team with a few witness students and council team students, and you sitting beside Jungkookff. While Sia was sitting with her father glaring at you with her jawline bandaged, so I got to know about the situation in my college. May I know the main reason for it? What main reason? Can't you see my daughter's condition and now kick her out of college right now? Sia's father spoke, gesturing to you. Mr. Lee, behave. Okay, stop. The witness student tell us what happened. The student told the whole situation perfectly, and you were all relaxed while Sia was now embarrassed at that light shedding thing. What's this behavior, Miss Sia? With your professor, you noticed Jung gulping because he didn't know. The main reason was Sia trying to flirt with him, and you were angry. And your evil mind was too free to stay calm, so you sneakily placed your hand on his thigh. Chung side-eyed you, questioning, but you looked away. Miss Ryan, but still you broke the rule of violence and you will be punished for it. Why only me, sir? Licia will be punished too. You spoke, but your hand started to move on his thigh. Chung caught your hand to stop it. Chancellor looked at Mr. Lee and cleared his throat. Yeah, but first Miss Sia has to recover, then we will talk about that. What, Professor John? You looked at him. His hand loosened and your hand was free now. But sir, we should decide both of their punishment together, now even if it will take Miss Sia time. He nodded, tapping his thigh. Now your hand slid down to his inner thigh. Chung's head started to sweat, and he made a fist of his hand. But my daughter isn't in healthy condition. So what, Mr. Lee? How dare you? You got angry at his words and unintentionally you squeezed Jungkook's inner. Miss Vine, calm down. He gritted his teeth, speaking to you and gesturing you to lose your hand. You internally smirked, but placed your flat hand without removing it. Enough, we will decide both of their punishment now. You smirked, looking at Sia, who was only glaring at you. Poor thing, can't speak. Oh, her jaw will hurt. Yeah, and tell her to not mess with me. Vice Chancellor shook his head. And Miss June, please teach some manners to your student. Don't worry, sir. I'll punish her myself, and she will be mannered. You got shivers at his words. After discussion, everyone started to leave the room. You were about to stand, but Jung caught your hand and you sat back while the door went closed, leaving you and him alone. What? He looked at his pants and then at you. You gasped. Is that a marker in your pants? Or are you just excited because I'm sitting beside you? Oh no. He gave you the look. You were literally rubbing and squeezing my. Gulping a lump down, you slowly moved away from him and tried to run away. Yeah, you can't run. He caught you standing up. That your back was leaning on the desk and he was standing just in front of. His height was towering you. Yeah, that was a joke, okay? He leaned more into you, that his body was pressed in yours. You closed your eyes because he was too close to you. First, you played with me and now when it's my turn, you are saying the game doesn't exist. He placed his both arms on the table, caging you. He smirked, watching your reaction. You're always bossy, but when it comes to him, you became a cute kitten. Now, no more being bold or no pickup lines. You were too nervous to even look up at him. Biting your lip, you spoke. We are in college. He giggled at your response. Reverse game. I like that. Let's continue it at home, but he leaned and attached his lips on your neck and said, just like the sad. I'm looking forward to doing you for hours without a break.